And just like that, we're back with a new background as well. Welcome, ladies and gents. We are back after fixing some technical issues. I think we just need to finish restarting after installing a new driver. So I think we're good now with the NVIDIA virtual driver shenanigans that was going on there, causing the sound output not to go. At least we think so. I don't know. I'm looking at the audio capture right now, and I still don't really see anything, which is weird. Input capture, yeah, it's the audio output capture. I'm just like, trying to figure out what's. Okay, maybe I need to select something. Yeah, there we go. Okay. First things first, get car. Then let's see. Oh, wow, that's really small. There we go. Okay, we gotta turn it up a little bit. I think it was just too low. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I had 34 decibels. Just was way too low. So it may just be me. I think I may have just had it too low. Let's turn it a little bit more there. Yeah, about there. I think it's good. All right. Okay, cool. Now, finally, you already guys heard the intro. If you looked at the other video, if not, yeah, this is VRS iRacing. We are at Road America for GT3 only racing. So we'll see. Last week, I wanted to get into IMSA race. I got busy at the weekend. I didn't have a chance. I would have loved to race Barbara at IMSA. Probably would have been a freaking nightmare, but I still would have probably enjoyed it. But it's cool. We're definitely racing VRS. We're definitely doing GT3 races all week long. The practice time is going to be a little bit shorter this week, so I'll amend the videos because it's Road America. I'm not going to run 100 laps here. It's even just to get the setup, hammered in. It's really just the heat's going to be a bitch. So it's about learning to be okay with being a little bit slower here and there. Really, that's going to be my thing this week. So yeah, with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. Okay, let's go. I want him to say, crap. Just a few frames. You know, it's a 47 Ti. It all lands. Okay. I think we're good now. This will suck. Yeah, thank you. Sucks. Just. Go on here. I'll fix this a little bit better later. Ooh, jump rope. Oh wait, I just realized I don't have crew chief started. I feel like Mr. Magoo right now. Hey, get right.
Radio check. Airline speed limit is 72 kilometers per hour. Black flag will make to pitch service penalty.
God. Just one of those early stages where it's just like, yeah, how much can you mess up, Brian? A lot. Don't you know who I am? Don't you know who I am? Turn this on. Just get your feedback from that. Okay.
Tracks clear. Push, push, push.
Yeah, I think we're good. I love that corner. It's just the perfect corner to feel rotation of a car. I mean, there are other corners that are just as good, but to me, it's an entry to the car. It's just really, in any car, really, it's just really fun. Yeah, I don't need my side view mirror, which is currently covered up by the standings. So the key to remember when the track is a lot hotter than what it kind of normally is that one, obviously your times are going to be a lot higher, right? Like, so if you guys are new to iRacing, or just new to racing in general, you know, the track temp affects lap times a lot. They will get a lot higher the higher the temperature is, because you're asking more of the tires, and the tires are just going to do less. There's a physical limit. It doesn't matter how much tire actually has with the patch, you know, of ground as it gains traction. At a certain heat tolerance, it's just not going to be as grippy as it is at other heat tolerances, right? And that's not just determined by how many revolutions and how many times it turns and gains heat through friction. It's also determined by the actual ambient temperature of the actual ground itself, as that directly impacts the temperature, you know, of the tire carcass. So, anyway, now that we had our physics lesson, yeah, so the times are going to be the normal 202s that you see when it's a lot cooler. 204 is a flying time. 205 is probably going to be the, you know, those fast guys' times going to be the 205s, obviously. What that means that you're going to have to be more patient as you. That's the part I was trying to get into. So yeah, as the track temperature's hotter, you're going to have to be patient with the grip. You're not going to have it. You're going to have to lift in some corners that you normally don't lift in. You're going to have to trail brake a little bit harder.
Sector 1 is 0.28 off the base.
I wouldn't venture to say racing lines change or anything weird like that. Ugh. Right now I'm already 2 seconds down. Oh, my old time, not my current time. Yeah, see, things like that, where I was like, even at the beginning of the race, like I would probably have enough grip to make that turn. And now I just don't. So until I really get comfortable finding out what the limits of grip are, I totally have to lift that corner right now, by the way. Not I'll die. I think an easier rule of thumb to remember is that the hotter the temps, the longer your braking zones are going to be. Just off GP. To 11. Felt like it.
Okay, Brian, you need to watch the track limits.
Yeah, what's the time that I was doing then? Way down. Just could not find any grip or any comfortability. Car. Oh, just terrible. That corner's fucking terrible right now. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but that ain't it. Right now, my braking points are too far back. Little things like that. Like that's, I should definitely have enough grip to make that. But I don't. I don't have it. I know I have it, and I've been pretty big on committing to the BMW this whole series, this whole year and season in VRS, but I don't know, man. I feel like every time I have this issue with Road America itself, I get into the car and I'm like, it's just so much to freaking turn the gosh darn wheel around here. It's so understeery. Even moving the brake bias back, it just takes me a while, really. This track more than others to really get acquainted in this car. This is the only car I drive, so it's weird. I mean, obviously, you can see my time. It's, you know, I've put up good times before, but I don't know. It's just, it's so weird. And it's really because this track does not yield itself well to me to understeery ass cars. Mid-engine cars seem to just seem to do better. Well, that was a very awesome screen lag, whatever the hell that was.
There's that one, Ken. You've got the track.
Cannot go flat in that corner. It's, I know you can anymore, and that's more realistic, but it's just really hard for me to get my muscle memory to. Still, 6 is a lot more respectable.
Watch the track limits, please, Brian.
Key is to me when I get off with this car is get back into mastering rotating the car in the brake zone. You know what it takes. You know how to bring the car to balance. Do it. Like that. I'm braking way too early. Up on that hill. That's honestly why I'm losing so much time there. Just refusing to lift there. No lift gang. I predicted that was a 211. Good lord, no, it's not. It's not great, but it's not a 211. Let's get that brake bias back a little bit. Actually, quite a bit. Got a bit of a difference there. Not time-wise, but just ease in getting around.
Sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace.
Got to remember that the compression is going to help there going up the hill, and I just really feathered the brake. That felt pretty good. Slow. Felt slow, but closer to the balance I want in the turn. I'm not supposed to lift there. It's just something I'm doing. Maybe inviting too much steering angle, maybe? Goes to my 206 I had earlier.
Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace.
Put the brake in there.
Okay, Ryan, you've got half your fuel left.
Really? Where the hell those 5 laps go? So focusing on time, improving.
Sector 1 is 0.49 off the pace.
Better, but
Fragments, this lap will be deleted.
left on the left there. I can maintain this 3 seconds. Nope. Losing time there. Definitely understeered. No reason to kill the lap completely and just get on the gas and end up, oversteering like him and be in the grass. Gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Kind of knew it was going to happen. Remember that. All right, we're keeping my foot in there at this point. What's the 11 laps? About 11 laps. 11 laps worth of fuel.
Exit's clear.
This is one of those tracks where the undercut works actually really well. If you're good and you can, know how to have a barnstorming type outlap and inlap, yeah, you could. I've definitely gained or jumped 2 or 3 places from under undercut here. It's pretty powerful here. Was it overcut? I can't remember. One of them. Yeah, getting that corner right is annoying. Alright, if I understand. Man, that part in the Porsche sucks. Or I can never master it consistently. Because other than that, I was pretty good at RIA in a Porsche. But I could never, the lift oversteer through the kink kicked my butt. And through Canada corner, I just went there. He's got a run on me. Here. Just don't run into me, though, ass.
15th place.
So this is kind of where I always start too at Road America. Like, I can't lose a second in the first 2 corners. It's just too long of a track. Ah. Cheesy. Fucking Pete.
Your exit looks clear. Stay behind the line.
For all the tracks like that, I kind of start again, and every week. I feel like Road America is the one that I always feel like I start from scratch all the way all over again. Decent at it, but really better at it the faster the car. I ran, in the Formula Series back in the McLaren, IndyCar, LMP. Yeah, this car leans itself to that. To me, though, it's high speed enough that it's a little bit difficult for me in a lower down speed car. It is. That said, Watkins Glen is my track, so it's similar, different track layout, but different kind of lap times. Well, no, so it's definitely shorter, but it's similar in a few aspects. I would say Watkins Glen is. I don't know how to keep breaking into that corner. That's really why I'm. Oh, goodness. Really? I have to work decently hard to get my laptop back out. I Road America. Road America definitely humbles the shit out of me. Done out of there yet.
Sector 2 is 1.6 off the pace.
I let feel pretty good.
14th. That's your first lap in this session. Sector 3 time is fast.
First thing I have the grip there while coming downhill and waiting in the compression. I got to do some of the work and give me a little bit more downforce to there. I've always had an issue with that turn.
Sector 1 is 0.41 off the pace.
I don't remember there they hill brake.
Sector 2 is 0.47 off the pace. Alright, Brian, you need to watch these track limits.
Dang it. That was weird. Kind of definitely threw it on that inside tire, and my tire was like, I don't know if I can handle that, dog. Waited too late there to get on the gas. Get on it a lot earlier. Pretty much as soon as I lose contact with that inside curb, which I should be hitting, by the way, and I don't think I am. Losing 6/10 in that turn. Gotta figure out how to do that a little bit better. Tried to take that line, but in this car I can't. I can't take that wide line. The car is just too heavy. It's way too heavy as I go up that hill, and it just wants to keep oversteering. It's just too oversteering to take that line. Ain't nobody here but us chickens. Gotta get a little faster than that.
You're all clear. Stay behind the line.
Kind of wanted to test when I was supposed to be on it, but yeah, I forgot. I don't have any grip at that point. Like that was right. The timing for that turn, when the tires in the right window was perfect that time. But yeah, with no grip, that's not what I want to do. It's not what I should be doing.
Good day, things clear.
Side of my eye, I know, sounds really painful, and it is. Just a little micro scratch inside of my eyelid. Not eyelid, just the inside of my eye.
Fastest lap for Rana, 2:04.48.
Definitely better job there. Hit on the gas there, because just don't have the grip. No reason to be on it at the normal time when I'm just going to oversteer and be in the grass. Dang it. The time when I came in before on the outlap, that was the perfect entry. Hell. Maintain grip that time. Getting better. Getting better. Little by little.
P8.
Dang it.
Track limits, elevate this lap.
Yeah. Golly. Did I save it? I did. Shit. Oh, damn, my foot just got caught in between them right there. Should never happen. Yeah, I'll make the tires go to there. Oops, sorry, yes. Didn't mean to be yawning. Definitely not bored. There's a, and I'm missing it.
You need to watch these traffic.
It's not really I need to lift, it's steering angle there. Oversteer. Ah. Back up a little bit. Same time. Actually, it seems to be less. It seems to be. Yeah, it's car placement. That's all it is. I lifted there, but I don't think I even really had to. I think I'm just not getting the angle right as I'm coming into the key. This is turn state, like. Just on that foot. Shit. A lot more to go. I'm kind of killing the tires, though. I know I am. See if we can get to a fuel station here. I'll be very happy. But it's definitely not from learning a track, it's from pushing. I admit I am really pushing. Probably harder than I would in a race. This is I'm trying to chase somebody down pace. I didn't spot my apex there.
Track limits, this lap will be deleted.
Yeah, I figured. It's wide enough. As much as I've mastered that, I don't know what I'm doing wrong sometimes. Probably just cutting the angle wrong and giving myself oversteer by not hitting it right. I mean, just because I've done it 1,000 times, if not more, 10,000 times, doesn't mean I can't start learning a bad habit and, all of a sudden start doing it wrong. So I'm basically doing the opposite. What am I doing a lap as I'm driving further on? I'm trying to induce a little bit of understeer and see if that would help me be a little bit more consistent. Oh God, inside of last again. Kind of helped in that turn. Too much, I think. Honestly, it's just too hard on the brake there. If that was a 2-footer, I think I would definitely. Ah. Ah. Broke too early there. I messed up that turn. Completely messed up that turn. That was a really good lap. It just broke too early. Whew. The pain here, guys. See, inside of my eye is really. Okay. Put some alcohol on it, but pretty sure if I did, I would cry. It's funny. I get on it a little early. Lose time, right? I get on it a little late, lose time, but lose less time. So that understeer is kind of kicking my ass in that car. I really do better waiting to go a little bit later. Which, if I remember the VRS for that, I think I am supposed to go after I get past the apex instead of a little bit before it. I think it's after after the apex. Not on the apex, not before it, but after the apex. Chair move or something? I'm pretty sure it didn't. It just feels weird. Just all under the brake.
Okay, Brian, you've got 10 minutes if you're remaining.
Scruffy lap. Can you say scruffy lap? Scruffy ass lap. Alright, where it might be. That little bit of traction control I heard take over as I came out of the car. Telling me like, something's getting cooked here. Left there. Ah!
I like this lap.
I'm assuming the car. It's just killing me. It's giving me over. Destroy them. Sorry. But I may not have been corrected for the apex stuff, but yeah, like I'm extremely interested to see what this tire wear numbers are going to look like.
Who's trying to miss? Who's Brian?
I think I'm trying to break less for one because I have less weight, but the understeer from I think the tire wear is kicking me square in the nuts. That was borderline pretty goddamn dangerous. Definitely. I didn't lose grip. I was sliding through that turn. It was like, holy crap. This is,
That's 5 minutes of fuel left.
qualify laps. That's the that turn. I feel like I'm on it early enough, and I'm still losing time.
Don't delete this lap. You've got the track.
Yeah, still at 12.5. So, but I do a little faster. Ah! Son of a gun. I want to see this time, bro. Ah.
Look how low it's speed limit.
I mean, I basically made it to the end of the stint, so I'm not going to complain, but
Pairs.
golly. See those tires. Show me that wear. Show me the wear. You guys can see that. Okay, yeah. So it looks like, okay, there we go. So those left side tires definitely, I would replace them with them, likely. You start getting to those low
Okay, Brian,
70s,
15 minutes left.
not gonna really get anything you want out of the tire that you really want. Oh man, I was really all over the place. Sorry guys, just kind of listening to my first lap times there. I mean, that was a stint. It definitely was a stint, but that wasn't a good stint. It was a Monday stint. How about that? It definitely was. I'm interested to look at the VRS to see, not even on just on the average lap, just where I'm at. I mean, probably I think the VRS times are in the. Believe it or not, they're that 2K guy, Tiago Vieira. Yeah, that's the VRS time. I think I remember I saw. I think I saw 2047. So yeah, guy, guys ended up doing it times. So if I'm, about a second off of that, then it's definitely time to be improved. Obviously, I'd still love to see where. So practice day, and we're really just kind of getting used to the track. Yeah, let's take some time. We'll switch gears just a little bit here, and we're gonna take a look at the VRS thing. Hopefully, on telemetry, uh, download it, and we're not screwed. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does. We'll do this off screen first. Got time to see any of this stuff. We'll come back to it in a second. Yeah, okay, 2046. Yeah, like I thought. Yeah, the times are. Let's go off first. Please turn that crap off. Alright. Ah, gotta love it. Gotta love it. I don't think it's uploaded my session yet. I don't think so. Yeah, especially for a paid service. Sometimes a bit frustrating. I just spent a whole. I mean, none of that's right. None of that is right. 4 minutes ago with 2 hours. This isn't even. Yeah, I don't think they really have my data yet. Labs. Seems like they have it, but maybe they're not done uploading it or something. I don't know. It's weird. Like I see, it definitely ended 5 minutes ago. If that long. That's about the many laps that I turned altogether, so that's right. But I come here and I'm looking and I'm like, that don't add up. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. Takes a little while to load. session. Everything else we want to do. Let's back that off a little bit, please. Yeah, 206. Am I right about that? I slept was a little faster, even though it wasn't. Whatever. I don't know. There's multiple ways to do this. You could take your average and see like where you want to improve at. I always do better and have done better by just like tell me where I'm at on my fastest lap, where I know I'm optimal, because that feels a certain way to me. It feels a certain way to my brain, feels a certain way to my feet, feels a certain way to my hands. And then show me where I need to improve at, and then I'll go from there. And make the micro improvements and hopefully fit back. It's even hotter. Man, that makes a difference. It really does. It really does make a difference. Okay, so starting off, even though I feel like crap, fastest lap was about a little less than a second off the VRS time. So we're doing not terrible, I guess, for the beginning of the week. But I'm judging my time off of that guy in there who busted 204.2. So screw the VRS time this week. We're shooting 204s, 204.2s. But anyway, first things first. Yeah, we got it. Let's see where we are worst at. Let's figure that out first, and then we'll make a plan to tackle it from there. It's the only thing about being a second down. I don't sound not to sound pretentious, but yeah, you don't have like a lot of glaring problems. Okay, so we have a few here. It's almost 2/10, which is not good. Okay, we have turn 14, which is about 600s. Yep. So almost 1.5 tenths, a little bit more than that. We have one that is 1.5 tenths. So we got 3 problem areas there that we could shave down and hopefully gain. Let's see, my math is terrible, but 4 tenths maybe. Yeah, maybe more. Maybe 5 tenths. Yeah. I think 5 tenths would take. This is 3, and this is almost 2. So yeah, almost 5 tenths. If we can work on this, then maybe we could get to the low 205, which I think is reasonable in race pace, in race trim is what we're trying to do. Now, here's the thing about it. What I realized. Um, you're going to be 6 or 7 tenths off on on your veer. I mean, I actually, I guess, let me read. Let me think about that. That guy who ran 3.2 204.2. That's about what 6 tenths about faster than the VRS time. So probably his race pace would be about this. So yeah, the goal is to shoot for the race pace obviously at the VRS time. I mean, yeah, hey, we've been doing this for 4 or 5 years. We're a number of newbies. What the fuck we're trying to do here? I'm trying to hit the VRS times. I get close, but hit them. So okay, and then yeah, the qualifying times would be in the low 204s. Okay, all right. I'll do that in my head. But anyway, back to these corners. I always like to start with the worst one first. Turn 9, turn 10. Turn 9 and turn 10. Let's take a look. See how that looks. See what we're doing here. Yep. So he's already getting off of the throttle out here. Pretty much right after he gets past the bridge. So if you wanted to use a marker, which is, if you want to really get good, you always got to have them right where this dirt part ends. That's where you're going to start bleeding up the throttle. Trailing down. Like a pyramid, yeah, like the other side of a pyramid. He's just holding it. He's still accelerating. He's not. He's never giving zero throttle at that point. No. It's just kind of. Yeah. So again, look at our 2 points at the cliffs on the valley here. I like to call them. And then we're obviously modulating while we're in the river. You start coming off here at the where the dirt ends there, the lowest point that we're at. I like that as marker in my head too. So visually, if I can't pick out a visual marker, okay, this is where we're about to run out of this area here. Seem to be pretty much in line with a few trees, so there's not a lot. If I want to look at this, honestly, it'd be this little grass part right here. We're about even with that. So that's good enough. It's better. Don't use anything in the street. You know, you can. That's not just that tree. You definitely can. But on a track like this, that's a permanent road track. You know, around this corner, it's yeah. You gotta use grass. You gotta use whatever the hell you can. So there's nothing in the road here. We will use with grass that's out here. So probably if I was able to roll it a little bit backwards, you can see a jet out, which is cool. You see a jet out there. Yeah, that's where you should be at. Honestly, the slowest point. A little bump there, hip up. Another little bump there. I'll look where the bumps are. Go back down after here. So right after you get to the lowest little hump. Down again. A little hump. So I would have to look at the grass. I know, right? Exciting, right? But these are literally how you get those extra tenths. It's not the easiest to get them. So yeah, it looks like out there. It's where we better make the last few little hump there. And then we're at full throttle. Lead off again, just a little bit. And then full throttle pretty much right as you hit this empty patch. So I know this patch for sure. This is where everything starts to, where that edge begins and then widens out. It becomes a runoff. Or inside curve. I'm sorry, not runoff. So I kind of know like what to look for there. So it looks like right as you get to the, it's not really a marker there. But if I was to look at my peripheral, I would be able to see this. This is in line with this. My car should be lined up with this. Not necessarily in the center, but maybe a little bit off center. I should see this little point jet out. That's why I need to be at full throttle. And I need to hold full throttle for that whole entire corner. It's the little marches like this. Like I'm not losing 4 or 5 tenths here. I'm not losing a second. Losing a little bit less than 2 tenths. Okay, which is a lot in racing terms. You got to figure it out. So it means it's really defined as a march. So yeah, to look at that again, just to always like to kind of sum up this in my brain. But if we want to get to the edge of the dirt, we want to bleed off the throttle. Then modulate, have a few little humps around there and kind of get it going again. Another little hump to get it going again. And as soon as we see that little dirt start to stick out there, we should be full throttle. We start to see that little lip. Not that it's, we don't see it before, but pretty much as soon as we start to see it comes in vision, that's when you give it half a beat, half a step, and I mean a really quick step. Yeah, then that's a full throttle. And look how far wide he is. So, oh, okay, all right. That's our worst turn. It's our worst turn. Let's go to our second worst turn, which would be turn 14. Definitely turn 14. I suck at turn 14. I've always sucked at turn 14. I definitely can see myself lose I know this corner pretty well, so I know what to do. So I can definitely talk through it, but just better execution needs to be. I need to be to there. I need to be, if I'm looking visually at it, I ran over this white line. I'm about to hit this white line, you know. So I should still see, I should trail off the gas. I should still see this line here. Now, truth be told, I'm doing it a few hundred feet up the road. This is where I started to trail off, is up there. It's a decent distance. How much speed am I losing? I'm at 125. I'm already 2 miles slower than that. It gets to 129 miles an hour. Probably a little bit more than that. Yeah, but right at 129 miles an hour. Well, I never get to the other side of 125. 4 mile an hour difference there at peak. You know, just about. I think I see 3. Yeah, about 3. Okay, my bad. So 3 at peak. Hey, that makes up a lot of time. I mean, you're talking about a tenth there. So, a tenth and a half. So, yeah, I got to carry more speed there. We got to get to 129 miles an hour. At least 128.5, 128.7. Start out there and see how close we can get. Got to carry more speed there. And then just, I'm 100% braking there. Yikes, I didn't know that. Now, my brake is pretty short throw. So, I literally do this. You guys can't see, but I'm barely moving it. Like, yeah, it's 100%. You know, the way I have it set up is to be a little more stiffer and to not have a long throw. Um, but with that said, I've learned how to modulate a little bit better and get down. Like, okay, I'm at 100, then I know what 50 feels like. I know what 25 feels like. You know, so I can get there. So yeah, it seems like really this corner has really come down to probably can even shave off half of this time by not hitting 100% on the brake. Seriously. But with that said, though, yeah, I do need to get a little bit further up the road. I need to get to where the front bumper is about even with that last white line. Brake gradually, nice little round curve. Forgot what the thing's called in Australia, but it's kind of like you can tell like the mountain range or something there, and it's just like this one big giant smooth mountain looking hill in the middle of nowhere. Forgot the name of it. Back when I used to know geography as a kid, I could tell you in 5 seconds. But now, I don't know what it is. But yeah, that's what that kind of looks like. So it's a nice smooth application, and then yeah, we definitely trail braking on into that corner. And one thing I see, getting on the throttle too early for one. Getting on the throttle. Got this. Right click. Getting on the throttle here before I even get there. Now, truth be told, he's off of the brake here. So I'm not that the crossover to being off the brake and kind of coasting, and I'm not that far off, but the actual time he gets on the throttle, you see it, you know, he's got a good 5-10 feet there, which makes all the difference in the world. It's all the difference in the world. If you look at the gap there, you can definitely tell, like, no, we're not. You know, we're in 200. So these are what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, did I count that right? Did I count that right? So it's basically these are 200 feet. So yeah, these should be maybe every other, yeah. But 200 feet in between. So yeah, we're looking at a gap of but maybe 15 feet or something like that. But hey, at 15 feet makes a big difference. 10 to 15 feet. So, instead of being full throttle there, we're full throttle pretty much before we hit the apex. But when pretty much we have a tire, I think that's going to be, if you look to see there, yeah, we're definitely pointed toward there. I'm all the way here. That's way too far to be full throttle. So that's exactly why I'm oversteering, exactly why I'm not able to stay on the throttle longer. So this one's more or less about just inputs need to get smoother. I need to brake no more than 60, 70% and hold the brake for quite a while. But before I get on that line to hit the apex, that's when I want to start getting on the full throttle. And even then, I'm going to get to it, bleed out of it, and then we're going to get back once we get to a certain point. So picture leaving that inside curve, if my guess is correct. Yeah, as we start to leave that inside curve, we haven't even lost contact with it. Then that's we're going to be full throttle. We still have 2 tires that are going to be on that inside curve full throttle. And of course, if you run it all the way through, yeah, you have to go. You're going to go wide. You're going to go wide. But there's a lot of runoff there. As you can see, it's definitely enough to accommodate a car. This is where you want to be. You do not want to be there. Bad place to be. All right, so looks like that's more of an input. We gotta get smoother, not so hard brakes, and also get on the throttle just a tad bit later, about 10, 15 feet later. All right, and the last one, turn 3. Is this the downhill? Yeah, it's a downhill. So turn 3. Tricky one to get right. It's all about the car compressing there, sitting down a little bit lower. There you go. You're going to use that downforce roll in. Control brake at this point as soon as you start to turn in all the way to about there. So before you actually, now here, if you look here, I'm trail braking, but I'm trail braking really from about here to about there. Not long enough. When I need to trail brake from when I'm in the middle to really before I hit the curb. Just those minimum details, make such a big difference. So yeah, I need to figure that out. Never mind, I gotta wrap up here pretty soon, so I'll check that text in a minute. So yeah, those are the 3 corners. It looks like I just need to. It's if you wonder why you're like, man, I'm slower than those guys. I wonder what's going on. Either you're braking too much or you're braking too little. That's literally 98% of it. When you're learning, you could be given too much of this, but really, once you get to a certain point, you're going to start 4, 5, 10, 8, 9, 10 years. It's about just braking application. Either you brake too much or you brake too little. This turn, I'm not braking hard enough. He's doing that 100%. And look how much he ramps up and stays above 25% for. Pretty long while. He's definitely, about to hit where the tarmac changes. And that's where the trail braking continues. And really begins, it really begins as you're more turning in here. This phase, this is really trail braking. Trail braking really starts right here, and he trail brakes all the way into right before he hits the curb. So yeah, and then at that point, I think I want to hold the throttle. I don't think I can. I think I have to bleed out of it. It looks like ramp up. Look like probably at the middle of the apex, something like that. Yeah, before I get on it. There, it's kind of a double apex, as you can see. Looking at these points, it's pretty much, and like I said, I kind of figured it was too. So I'm definitely getting on later. I'm getting on a full throttle right around here. But I'm getting on it before then, but I'm almost there like crazy. So never mind. But yeah, he's waiting just that much longer to get and stay on full throttle. That's when he's disconnected from the curb completely. He is about to drift wide, on purpose, of course, and keep the speed. So this one's once again just about application, more brake pressure, and also need to modulate the throttle better to help rotation of the car. So I'm pretty sure I'm scrubbing speed in a bad way, by being on the throttle too much as the car rotates, and I'm pretty sure, which is why I'm under rotating, which is why I'm oversteering. Simple as that. So those are the 3 corners we're going to work on. So I'm going to call it a night tonight. You guys can hear me talk for forever now. And tomorrow, we're going to work on those 3 corners. We're going to work on them quite a bit. See if we can get this time as slow down as possible to this VRS time. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. I'm going to go soak my eye in some pain medicine. I'm exaggerating, but really, it does hurt. So I'm going to close my eyes here. Feel like I have sandpaper in them and on the outside of them. Yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for checking out the stream. Feel free to send me a message if you guys have a question about driving techniques or what to expect, GT3s, whatever, iRacing, whatever it may be. Should be a message. Follow and like, guys. Check out the YouTube channel as well too. And I will see you guys later. All the best.